Hello. My computer decided that it was going to do its own thing. So when I went 5 minutes ago to open up to go live, it had shut itself down and had decided that it was going to do its own thing for a couple of minutes. So, uh, computers are going to do whatever they're going to do. And they always like to do it right before Taco Tuesdays or Hot Topics Thursdays. Oh my goodness. Let me see what's going on. So much for that. Like I was trying to be on time, but alas, the best laid plans of mice and men. I've got to get myself a little organized here still. As people shuffle in and find the stream, this is Hot Topics. It is our Thursday happy hour where we get together, we have drinks, and we talk about the week. It's usually before the Friday news dump, right? Thank you guys for your patience. It looks like there's 105 of us watching, and hopefully more will join. Excuse me. More will join our happy hour. Is everybody enjoying all the crazy stuff that's going on, the crazy meltdowns by politicians and citizens alike? Oh, I'm getting hearts. Someone said, I send you hearts back. Now, if you're waiting on an herbal tea, I will try to get the herbal teas out this week. I apologize running late. I have been a little busy, and I was remiss in getting teas out. So if you are somebody who ordered a tea from me, I look forward to getting your tea to you soon. So apologies if I'm behind schedule. Well, as many of you know, the world continues on in the who here is convinced that we are living in a simulation and that none of this is real? This channel is all about the rabbit hole, isn't it? Which we take you to the brink of the impossible. That's what this channel is about. We flirt with the impossible. We play with energy a lot. We play with trying to get into what's going on in people's heads. Yes, here is what I thought was going on. I thought that originally the proposal that had gained ground was that they would follow the 3 phases. There are actually 5, but that they would follow the 3 phases. And in phase 2, they would have to evacuate because now the people that are not, I just noticed I got a little thing in my teeth. The people that are not terrorists don't have to leave forever and never come back. I think, do I give Trump, what grade would you give Donald Trump for his? I've just been eating sourdough, trying to get it out of there. Okay. We've reached phase 1. We got to ceasefire. 2, we're starting to exchange the hostages. We're entering phase 2 where we've got to lure. We have to do a luring. We got to lure the bad people out of Gaza, right? And the reason we have to do that is because there are tunnels that have been built and chemicals and collapsing buildings, and the hostages were held in people's apartments, which are booby-trapped with weapons. So, in other words, it will never end. It will just go on and on and on and on and on unless we can get Hamas to go somewhere else. So the idea was to pay the bad people to just go away so that we can get on with our lives. So And then they would blow up. They would blow up Gaza. They would have to blow up all the tunnels. They would have to use big, deep bunkers. Well, what are you going to do with the people when you're blowing up chemical weapons and everything else? You've got to get everybody out of there. So the conversation was that the EU, NATO, or the EU peace troops, which I believe entered Sinai last week, that we are preparing not to, here's what was going on internationally, not what happened in Trump's press conference. So the international community was going to come in and we were going to temporarily move people in phase 2 when they bomb all of the tunnels, the chemical weapons and everything. And Hamas too would possibly die because they don't want to leave Gaza. So the idea was to try, we have to, people are, how do we get them to go away? You got to go away. You got to go away. You can't stay there. So one of the ideas was to just lure them by giving them something better. So if you can give them something better, then they won't stick around because they'll be thinking, well, great. We'll just, we're getting this velvet rope. It's going to be really, really nice. What Trump messed up is he messed up the concept of the velvet rope. So if you get to go to Oasis, it means that you've passed security. It's the velvet rope. It's not a bad place. It's the place you go where you're guaranteed a job, security, etc. But if you're a part of Hamas, you can't be a part of it. So what happens with somebody like, so as the teacher, what do I do? What's my grade for the student? I would give the student, I'm not going to totally flunk the student. I don't want to flunk the student, but I would give the student maybe, I love that picture. I'm so cute there. Recovering from diverticulitis. But in terms of what I envisioned, multiple sites, this was during the war, and it's always a gut punch to me when something terrible happens. And in this case, it was such a gut punch, I ripped my gut open. But so I had bought a plane ticket to Israel, and I literally could not get on the plane until December 24th. But people say, oh, we don't like your sketch because it looks like a little kid. Well, you try sketching something in the middle of a war zone, folks. I mean, I think they didn't care. By the way, the IDF didn't care that it looked stupid. That wasn't the point. The IDF were looking for a concept design. It was about showing people the concept that was going to work in order to get to peace. So Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and other people want to invest in Gaza, but wanting to invest in Gaza is not the same thing as wanting to take Gaza for yourself. And so, but Trump got a lot of stuff right. I mean, he's right that they will be nice. I'm giving him a 60%. I did not flunk the student, right? They will be nice. No, they are not reservations. They are a reservation is where you lock people in. Well, a reservation that you wouldn't be able to own land outside. That's not this concept. Also, this is the border with Israel. And so Israel is giving up some territory here. Gaza agrees to give up some territory. This is what's called the ABC line for those of you who've never been to Israel. And they are security measures. So A would be Israel proper. B would be the security area that got breached where the October 7th attack took place. And C is Gaza proper. So we're talking about the space, but the no man's land that is not currently being used between the two countries, and then bringing them together on both sides. And then industry and innovation can take place. And once you create one that's stable, you can begin to connect it via an access road to other systems, to other Oasis sites. And so everybody's equal, by the way. Somebody said, hey, you're going to put them on. Not in my, you keep confusing me with Trump and Kushner, and I just want to smack people in the head. I'm sorry, I'm not a violent person, but You know, if you're not an Israeli, why are you talking? Well, if you're not a Palestinian, if you're not the one on the front line trying to work this out, why are you arguing? That's the other thing that I find very annoying. Did you write a peace proposal? Did you get shot at? Have you ever been shot at in a war zone? Is this your country? No. So why are you criticizing those of us, Palestinians, Israelis, and the Bedouin that co-authored this study with me? Why are you criticizing us in the war zone trying to work this out? You're not a part of this. I mean, I hate to be rude, but you've done nothing to help, really, other than attack me, attack my colleagues. We're not part of the Kushner group, okay? These are competing proposals. So this was the use of the no man's land. And so Israelis move in too. We agree that we are going to be nice to the Palestinians and they're going to be nice to us. And we're going to get on with our damn lives and we're going to create a community. And that community is a kibbutz and everybody has work and innovation. And companies that believe in peace will begin to support those brave pioneers that are willing to be part of this experiment on both sides. And it takes cooperation, and it's done in a spirit of equality. It's going to take cooperation on both sides. So how do we do it? We bring in the EU and the international community. I never heard anything about US ground troops coming in. He just started talking like that, and Netanyahu didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Nobody knew what the guy was talking about. But we can make them nice. You got that right. I'll give you a point. It is going to be nice because kibbutz life is a good life. We can make them really nice and there'll be jobs and anybody can come. Well, you just said people, yes, because he's confused and he doesn't understand the difference between Hamas and regular Gazan civilians. And he doesn't this is a guy who was not properly prepared before he went out. And maybe he is trying to do a coup. Maybe him and Kushner secretly do want to do, but that's not the same. They're not going to be able to pull it off because the international community is involved and the international community doesn't want that. And that's not what the international community is paying for. So, what usually happens after he says something insane, in terms of Donald Trump, what usually happens after he starts blabbering and saying crazy things is that somebody comes in and they step back. Well, America's not going to own it, but we're going to help during the rebuild and the evacuations during phase 2. Right? Maybe we'll see something like that because that's what he always does. Trump always says something radical and crazy, and then he has to backtrack. And he has to say, well, okay, we won't send U.S. troops. Instead, what we'll do is we'll fund the rebuild, or we'll fund what's going on inside. Meanwhile, Sinai is already happening. There are they're already beginning to mobilize in the Sinai for civilians to go into the area when we do the demolition because it's not habitable for humans. You've got roving gangs with guns and everything else running around, raping and kidnapping. It's the wild, wild west, right? So, and so that's what was supposed to go on, is that the international community, Arabs and Jews, were going to come in and they were going to stabilize the area. They were going to blow up the Hamas structures, and then people were slowly going to return to Gaza that had passed security clearance. And then we got to get to work. So they would do pockets of rebuild, right? Areas. And so Gazans would return back to those areas and get employment that passed the security. And that's pretty much what you do after any war. You let people back in, but you do it in a way where you have security. So again, 90% of what comes out of Trump's mouth never happens. But what he likes to do is he likes to say extreme things And then after he says crazy extreme things, then everybody has to go backwards. But in going backwards, you wind up by going backwards, you wind up where we originally were, which is international troops coming in and a rebuild after the demolition. You guys wanted to see Nabil, the Bedouin man that helped with the Bedouin concept? Single, available. He's in Seattle. He needs a girlfriend. But yes, I partnered. I had a couple people I asked that were part of Bedouin culture to help with the concept of Bedouin hospitality and the idea of love. Love conquers everything. Kindness over confrontation. That is what he and I agreed to. Let us come together and break bread. We are children of Abraham, and let's love on each other. So he's a lover, not a fighter, and born in Britain. So he also has that British thing going on. Yeah, so good people are trying to help. Good people are trying to help, I promise. It's Trump, we're not going to let Trump do that. I don't see U.S. troops going there. It was not part of the original concept. I mean, it's new to me. I mean, to be honest with you, I never heard anything about the U.S. going in. I heard about EU going in. But I never heard anything about, because that would be weird. That would be weird. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Let me see if I have that. Do I have that? I probably don't have it somewhere. But basically, yeah, they're showing the bulldozing going on in Sinai right now. So it's, yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And it was always going to be this way. That's the other thing I want to say to people is that this was always going to happen. This was always part of the original design, which is why I didn't flunk him as a student. It was always part of what, if you're looking at the people I wrote or the people that we were trying to get involved, this was the original concept. And you can see Israel is over here, and we just built a walking city of industry for both groups in the ABC line, and it's got additional wrapped security so that nobody will hurt them. These people have declared themselves non-combatant, non-grat. They don't want to be a part of any of that, and so they move into Oasis, both on the Israeli side. We just live together, love, get married, have babies, enjoy the Oasis, and teach people about peace, love, and harmony. And you can see it's a subway system. Trump got some stuff right. It starts over here in Sinai. They blow it up. Everybody's over here. And then slowly we bring people back as we begin to open up industry. This area is completely open. They can go here. We didn't close it off. It's just that if you want to work in Oasis, you have to apply. And the reason we did it at the border is because the border is where the attacks were. So now we still have triple protection. We just have a better use of the space. Road is probably going to be a subway system also, because they've already started a subway system over here in the north. So Trump looked at it. He had some notes. We're going to take over. It'll be nice. It'll be, we're going to move them. And then anybody can live here and it'll be nice. He had no, he was saying two things. We're going to clear the bad people. And no, Trump will not get away with it because he won't have a deal. And the whole reason we're doing all of this is to stabilize the area for the Abraham Accords, right? Because we're doing business. We want to normalize relations with, I'm Israeli. I'm one of the researchers that contributed to the rebuild. There were hundreds and hundreds of researchers, but I was one of those researchers. And this is my vision of what I wanted to do, and this is what I campaigned to do. So I think that we will find a middle ground. I think that if you're looking at the Saudis and United Arab Emirates, and I sent them copies of my proposal, I think the Saudis are excited about my proposal, not about some crazy occupation. Okay, folks? The reason the Saudi, hello, my loves, how are you, by the way? People are just finding their way in the stream. The reason that people were excited was because it was Abraham's tent. This is how we got the Saudis to be excited about this concept, was cousins coming together, right? Because we both are descended from the same grandfather, Abraham. So that was the whole point of how we got Saudi excited about this rebuild. We got them excited because this is them. This is Bedouin culture. This is their side entering through Abraham's tent. Four corners. This is from the Quran and the Hadith, from the Torah. So we know this. This is our culture. We are familiar with. This is our familiar. This is something we saved ourselves by returning to our own heritage. And our heritage is Bedouin. Both of us come from a Bedouin culture in the sense that we both come from, he came from Iraq, Abraham, and he dwelled in a tent with four corners, and it was love, peace, and rock and roll. And so what Nabil and I did is, well, why don't we just go back to the original beginning concept? So that's why Saudi got excited. That's why United Arab, because of Eureka, we found the missing equation. Where was the missing equation? In the Quran, in the Hadith, in the Torah, right? So it was there the whole time. So everybody got excited, right? So what Trump is talking about has nothing to do with the original concept that I presented. And, the bottom line is that people are going to want something for their investment, and you have to do it in a way where we ensure that every human being has their birthright protected. It's getting kind of hot. I'm going to turn my heat down. Yeah, I am getting hurt and offended. Someone had commented about that. People are being shot at, flying planes into war zones. We're trying our best to keep people alive. And you've got these white kids, usually they're white, I'm sorry, that are living in some place like Santa Fe, New Mexico, or occupied California, or someplace like that. So they're living on occupied Native American lands, and they haven't done anything to help anybody. And they've got all their facts backwards, and they've never been to Gaza or the Middle East, and they're throwing popcorn at me. Hey, we don't move that stone. And I'm just like, you know what? It's enough. There comes a point when you have to say to people, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're really not a part of this. I mean, we're happy to show our design to you, but you're really not a part of this. You realize that, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're not contributing, if all you're doing is attacking me and I don't like it, you're building a reservation and I'm disappointed in you. Well, I'm disappointed in you because you've got no life and you've done nothing for anybody, and all you're doing is attacking peacekeepers. So, well, it's sorry, but the deal, the Abraham Accords is between Israel, the United States, and the Arab countries, and now Italy. I think it's a good idea that Italy came in because Italy is part. Hi, Terry. Good to see you here. Terry, do you want to be a moderator? Did I make you a moderator already? Oh, you are a moderator. So basically, now Italy comes in. I want to be part of normalizing because she's on the Mediterranean, and that can be part of Mediterranean trade. So these are all just trade deals. We got to protect the people, but we have to protect everybody. Yeah, well, I have no doubt. If you look at the rebuild of Japan, when companies went into Japan and started investing in Japan after the bomb dropped. I always tell people after the bomb dropped, flowers bloomed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki again. And the war has been going on a long time. Number one, because we couldn't get our hostages back. And number two, because nobody wants to drop the bomb and end it. And so we're all trying to figure out, okay, how do we dismantle all the weapons in Gaza, get people to safety, and change hearts and minds? You know, that's a really big, that's a lot for me. I'm an anthropologist, right? You know, and so I have to look at patterns, cultural patterns that happen when people become tribalized, right? People become tribalized. And, you know, how can we create a new tribe in the Oasis? This idea that people will be proud of what they create in the Oasis, and that whatever we create in the Oasis is something that we can be proud of. So instead of being proud of the fact that you're going around killing people, now you're proud of the fact that you are building something beautiful for generations. That's part of the heritage of the Bedouin that will, you know, be there forever. One of peace and open doors, harmony, peace, love, and harmony. This concept that goes back to the Bedouins is known as benign dominance theory. Here's Midnight at the Oasis. I sent it to, this is a letter I sent to everybody that was part, Elon got a copy. This is part of, I sent this December 9th, 2023. And this was the Brandy's Midnight at the Oasis, which was this idea of benign dominance theory, that you could catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. You guys ever heard that? You guys ever heard that concept? You can catch more flies with honey. But, you know, young people, they want to go hang out and they want to meet other young people. And people in Gaza, what they were doing is they were hanging out in training camps where they were learning how to be racist anti-Semites. And, you know, so the Oasis was a place where, you know, when I grew up, we had the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and we would have activities like, and so I wanted the Oasis to be a place where young people could go, Jews and non-Jews, and have activities. And that people who felt disenfranchised could, I'll probably lose my monetization, but I sent this to everybody that was part of the rebuild. I'll lose it's okay. This is the future Oasis of Gaza. It's for young people.
Midnight at the Oasis.
Dreams, romance in our head.
everybody. Everybody's welcome. Now you get it? So that is what a nightclub is going to look in the new Oasis for young people. If you want to go to a club, if you don't want to go to a club, you don't have to. It's like Tokyo. They got places to go and meditate and be a Buddhist, but they've also got nightclubs. You can pay. That's the Oasis. That's people can just say, screw it. We don't want violence. We're going to go and we're going to run into the Oasis and we're going to just love and accept each other and we're going to build green industry. This was the concept. So again, what kind of grade do you give him, Dr. Anderson? I mean, what his vision versus yours? I'm going to give him a D. Because he got it right, partially. The idea that it's going to be really great and there's going to be more than one of them. And we're going to start in Sinai, which means everyone needs to evacuate. So there you go. I just lost my monetization. I don't know if it helped convey the concept, but there you have it. I still have that. Here it is. I had some toast and I got a little bit of toast stuck. All right. That's my baby. Somebody said, well, I'm offended because it's not modest. Like young people dancing at a club because no, Muslim women have to be in burqas being beaten by sticks and rocks. If that's what you're into, but you'll be shocked how many young people in Gaza really aren't like that. And they would love to be in a nightclub like the Oasis. It's the other thing that I've noticed about racist is that they want to pigeonhole everybody in a box. No, the people of Gaza must stay in burqas like people in Afghanistan, which is how many thousands of miles away? No, these are young people and they're going to want to socialize and date and put on pretty costumes and sneak out to the Oasis on Friday night, just like you did when you were a kid, and fall in love with the wrong boy. And that's precisely what anthropologists think is going to happen, which is why we have that design of what 20, 30 years from now, as those children are born from Oasis, the orange is the children born from Oasis, and they're not anti anybody because they were born and raised in Oasis. So that was the Oasis concept. Do I think they're going to screw the whole thing up? I hope not. I hope they don't, but it's entirely possible given the mindset of the people involved, because they appear to be not the sharpest knives in the drawer. Oops. Thank you, Rose Blue. Did that answer all your questions? Now do you understand why I'm annoyed? Yes. Now you understand why I'm starting to fight back, because I really care about this and I care about people and I care about what's happening in Gaza. First and foremost, yes, my own family comes first. I want to get the hostages out. And I want to make sure that this never happens again. And how we prevent it from happening again, it goes back to what Elon Musk said when he first began to endorse this thesis, is that, if you don't change hearts and minds, people will continue to be terrorists. And you have to begin to implement, implement kindness over confrontation, right? So if you have kindness over confrontation, like what we're suggesting, then that is basically Oasis 1. So Oasis 1 is this concept of you catch more flies with honey and bring them into the oasis. And, it's a shame what's happened to Elon Musk. He developed a drug problem. His son died. His baby died. He used to be a Democrat, and he used to not be as crazy as he's become. And I think we captured him right before he lost his mind. And we're praying for you, buddy. But we want that rational mind back again. And we're not seeing it, which is a shame. And we just the old guy. He used to be rational.
Germany got an unfair share of the blame. It led to immense bitterness. It's what allowed Hitler to rise to power. Was the embittered German soldiers from World War I. But then you look in contrast to what happened after World War II. You had the Marshall Plan. You had the United States coming in and actually funding the rebuilding of Germany and the rebuilding of Japan. How often does that happen in history? But look at the results. No war with Germany. Peace with Japan and Germany. For now, soon it'll be almost a century.
So he went looking for a Marshall Plan. The idea being kindness over confrontation. So we want kindness over confrontation, and that's the whole idea of benign dominance theory, is that you are giving people the life that they deserve. And when people are given the life that they deserve, then the desire to kill people, this constant warring we see, comes to an end because the needs of the people have been met. This is the other idea that as an anthropologist, I've tried to point out is you can't have terrorism when the needs of the people are met, right? This is another letters I sent. This is December 20th, 2023, to the War Cabinet, giving general design here, the structure of Abraham's tent. They don't need me to be an artist. They told me that. We just need you to give us the general concept. You see, security, IDF plus, I never specified who would be handling the security. Yeah. Even, I've gotten teased. Why didn't you send him something nice? When you're in a war zone, folks, it doesn't really work like that. You don't really have time to make everything pretty. You just go as fast as you can. You get everything out to people as fast as you can, and you pray that you pray that you save some lives, which is certainly what we're trying to do. We're trying to save lives. Benign dominance theory. Okay, that was to the press. I also sent a lot to the press. I sent to everybody. I also contacted Elton John's people, because Elton John got interested in this. The idea of Someone Saved My Life Tonight concert. And what we wanted to do here, this was dated December 9th, 2023. Elon got copied. Also, the IDF, was that we bring people together in a concert to condemn Hamas. We wanted to condemn Hamas, but we didn't want to condemn the people of Gaza, and we didn't want to condemn the people of Israel, and we wanted to bring them together for a peace conference to condemn terrorism, and we wanted to see if we could get Elon we wanted to see if Elton John would be a part of it. The idea is that if you build it, they will come, right? Oh, somebody said that once, right? And so I sent a copy to Elon, and I sent it to a couple of other people. And, after so many people had died after October 7th, that I said, I think we need to recreate this concert, and we need to do it in Gaza. We need to do this concert in Gaza, and it needs to be mixed. Everybody who survived the horror of Hamas, whether it was the Israelis or the Palestinians, because nobody's going to break the spirit of those people who want peace. Those people who are going to die for peace. They're going to die to create Oasis. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if the first concert was in Oasis? And I think what feedback we got was that Elton John, if you build it, I will come. It'll be the greatest concert that Elton John ever performs. That's what I think. This is what I envisioned the first concert in Oasis would look like. And this is what I asked Elton John to do when I sent him the materials.
When I think of those eastern lights, muggy nights, the curtains drawn in the little room downstairs. Prima donna, Lord, you really should have been there, sitting like a princess perched in her electric chair. There's one more beat, and I don't hear you anymore. We've all gone crazy lately. My friend out there, roll around the basement floor. Ooh. Someone saved my life tonight, sugar baby. Almost had your hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped and tied. All the bound, hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear, you're a butterfly. Butterflies are free to fly, fly away, high away, bye bye. Never realized the passing hours of evening showers, a slick noose hanging in my darkest dreams. I'm strangled by your heart, a social theme, tipped up on our plate by dominating queen. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Listen to me good. I'm sleeping with myself tonight, saving time. Thank God my music still alive. Oh, someone saved my life tonight, sugar babe. Almost had your hooks in me, did you, dear? You nearly had me roped. In my ear, you're a butterfly. A butterfly, the free to fly, fly away, high away, bye bye.
Oops. Sorry, did I accidentally disconnect myself? I apologize. You know, I get so excited. I get so verklempt about all of this stuff. And I just go a little bit mashugana because I, care. So that was the concert that I thought we should probably do. It was this idea that we could come up with great ways to raise money. And one of them was this idea of a concert. And he's one of those personalities, also Elton John, where we all grew up with Elton John. And so he wasn't always crazy. We must put our hands together to make this work. It's not about the money. It's about the support, cooperation, helping people. Elon Reeve Musk. Drugs. Breaks my heart. He's changed. I don't know what to tell you. Guy's changed. All right. Anybody have any questions about that? Sorry, I got disconnected. How is everybody in that beautiful part of the world? Are we excited? Are we excited about creating peace in the Middle East? I just want Elton John to get well enough because he was interested. Elton John's like, a concert? You know what Elton John said to his husband, David? He was sad. He said, I need to be needed, David. I need to be needed. Isn't that a lovely man? What a lovely thing for Sir Elton John to say. I need to be needed. If you build it, I will come. I will come out of retirement for this. For Oasis. It will, maybe it will be Elton's last concert. I hope he makes it. I hope we have Oasis. I hope we can make this dream come true. I hope we can come together and remind the people of Gaza of their heritage, wouldn't that be great? We wouldn't have all this crazy people running around, blowing people up. I mean, that's some pretty crazy delusional ideas about the history of that area, which was about, when you think about Bedouin culture, it was all about inclusiveness, wasn't it? It was not about killing this person because they didn't believe in your beliefs. I mean, if you look at the history of Abraham's tent, he was the first liberal, wasn't he? Because he was live and let live. If you think about the ancestor of who these people were, who our people were, our common ancestor, Abraham, he didn't like war, and he didn't fight with people. He was just kind. And they say that his energy was one of kindness. He embodied kindness. Well, if the descendant of both groups is kindness, and this is how he lived, wouldn't our grandfather be disappointed in us, our grandfather, if we didn't begin to build his tent again? And once we build that tent, what a wonderful world it will be, right? Okay. He's real sick right now. I've heard that. If anything's going to get him out of that sick bed, the show must go on. It's him going, yeah, we got to get Elton John well so that he can go and do that concert, because he was interested. He was like, I need to be needed. If they build it, I will come. Like, he will drag himself out of his deathbed to go do that concert, because that's how much Elton John wants peace in the Middle East. He would do it. If we all you know, it's like Tinkerbell, if we all believe, right? Tinkerbell. If we all believe, maybe we can get Elton John to come to Oasis in Sinai, and give the people a concert, that this is a new beginning for Gaza, right? Wouldn't that be great? So we have to cross our fingers and hope that he stays healthy and that we get that dream, because it's a beautiful dream. All right, let's do the empath prayer and we will blitz, blitz, blitz away. Anybody need a healing at this time? We will happily give it to you because we like giving people healings. Oh, did he get a humanitarian medal? Well, I think if we play our cards right, we could be getting another if he's healthy enough. The other thing is that he might not be able to do the whole concert, and that was something we also took into consideration, was maybe he's not strong enough to do a whole concert. Maybe he can only do like 3 concerts. So what I had said to Mr. Musk and the IDF is I said, okay, well, if he can't do that many, then maybe we'll just do Someone Saves My Life Tonight and Rocket Man. And somebody said that they wanted the encore, The Bitches Back. So when I sent the letter to Elton John's people, he got it. I found out he got it. I said that those were the songs. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. And then if Elon's paying for it, he wants Rocket Man. I'm a Rocket Man. And then the third song was going to be The Bitch Is Back, right? Like that's got to be his last song. Like, you cannot break me, that bitch. And because it's a little naughty, it's like, is he going to do it? It's a bit naughty. So yeah, those were the 3 songs we asked him to play. If it happens, he has diabetes. Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. Well, I think if we can get him to do 3 songs, maybe not a whole concert, but 3 songs would be wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lady Gaga was interested. Other people found out about it because I was schmoozing Elton John, and then other people got interested, like, there's going to be a Rebuild concert, there's going to be a Rebuild, and that it would take place in Oasis. Yeah. Well, see, or if we do it wherever it takes place, it will be a mixed crowd. The idea is that it's for the people who survived on both sides. That's the condition at the concert. It might take place in Israel, but we'd rather it didn't. That was another conversation that came up with IDF security over this. Well, maybe we're going to have to just have it in Israel and then just bring people in. It's like, that'd be a shame. From the rubble of Gaza will come this concert and the birth of something new, something great. That was the purpose of the concert. Yeah. Oh, how beautiful. I will. I'm so happy that Elton John got a medal. He's got to get well. He has to do this concert. It's his destiny. It's Elton John's destiny to do this concert. It's his destiny. That's what I believe. I believe it's his death. And if it doesn't happen, it will be a lost opportunity. Nothing will change the world more than that single moment of him standing on that stage, Palestinian kids sitting on the shoulders of their parents who are dedicated to peace. That child is going to remember that moment sitting on his daddy's shoulders, watching that concert for the rest of his life. It will change him. If any single moment can change the trajectory of somebody, it's going to be that concert. Let's do it. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say, Amen. And we pray for everyone here who requests healing at this time. May you be healed in mind, body, and spirit. And together, collectively, again, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. You want to watch live from Gaza concert, the rebuild? Oh, I think everybody will tune in because Elton John would be coming out of retirement. You know, the whole world will be watching. Elon agreed with me, you saw. Yeah, it's I just want him to. I want Elon to get help for himself. He's lost his way. He's not all evil, but he's lost his way. That's what I will say about Elon if he's watching. You've lost your way, my friend. All right, so people have asked a little bit, there's got to be life beyond Donald Trump. Would you agree? There's got to be life beyond Donald Trump. Can we move on? Is there anything else that people want to know about as we blitz away? EV batteries are getting more, what do you guys think about the fact that they're flying cars now? I think that that's pretty cool. Peace concert in Gaza. Woo! Yes, we're going to do it. Peace concert in Gaza. I'm hoping. Yes, everybody in Israel when they, but I really like Elton John. Can you imagine saying something like that to your husband? You're not upset that your body is sick and old because you're getting sick and old. No, you're upset because you can no longer help. That is why Elton John is depressed right now about his situation. It's not because his body is messed up. He's saying, I can't help people. I need to be needed, David. My life has to be about people needing me. Otherwise, why be alive? I mean, talk about, boy, he really has the right attitude, doesn't he? Elton John. Can you believe that? It's like if I was sick or if I lost a leg or an arm or something, it'd be like, my arm, what am I going to, me, my arm, my leg. His response is to get depressed, sit on the bed and say to his husband, wow, how can I help people now? My function in the world is that people who need me are helped. And now I can't fulfill my function. So it's almost like if he does the concert, if Elton John does the concert, we will be helping him as much as he is helping us because he is someone who understands his function in the world is to serve and to help those who are in need. Isn't that groovy? That is so groovy. I mean, like so many people are rich and famous, but they have such attitude, And to have someone be that rich and successful, be that humble, and just only want to serve and take care of those in need, I think that's an inspiration for all of us. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. All right. Let's see if we got some questions here. My beautiful dream is going to come true. Don't let the crazy money grubbing whatevers take the dream away because we have a vision of something that's so much greater than that. Oh, I want Elton John to be okay. Yeah, I like that too, Joel, is that it would be nice if we could get some Palestinian performers and some Israeli performers so that we can really let's start to throw cards on the future concert. Will it happen? The Gaza Rebuild concert. We need money, people. About 80 billion to build the Oasis. The way that I envision it would be about $80 billion. The Oasis. Much heavy, a lot of work lays ahead for the Oasis. 10 of Wands, we're going to build it, but we're talking about lots of work. 10 of Wands, a heavy load lay ahead. We're going to give you guys what you want. We know you kids are very excited. This is the message I'm getting from Spirit. Like all the people coming together, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Israel, the peace activists from all over the world who believe in community. We believe in community living. We believe in community. We support eco-friendly communities. This is an eco-friendly mixed community we're trying to build, right? So we believe in this. The opposition to our dream, the Empress. So the treasure trove that ever overflows, right? What is Gaia? Gaia is, we live on the earth and the earth is ever overflowing, right? With her goodness. It's an oasis, so everybody wants to ravage her. Everybody wants her. Everyone wants a piece of her. So unfortunately, because it's so good in the oasis, historically people would always raid the oasis. They would steal from the oasis, right? The hopes and the fears, the power of the people. And then the final outcome of the concert and the oasis is it's going to start happening very, very quickly. Chariot, zoom. Once they get the okay from Trump, they're going to quickly put up that Oasis cyanide and cyanide. People are going to flee to cyanide. They're going to blow up the bad people. And then the people, everybody, like I said, I didn't flunk Trump. I gave him a D. Everybody can come back into the Oasis because these are people that they're not terrorists. So why not? We don't care where you go. You're not a terrorist, right? But to get into the Oasis, people will apply because it's the velvet rope. Everybody will want to live in Oasis because Oasis is kibbutz. Just like in Israel, people apply for kibbutz and they don't get on. Not everyone gets accepted to kibbutz. You have to be able to get along with people. You have to have working skills. I know I plan on visiting Oasis, and I can tell I have one suggestion and one suggestion only as the researcher that wrote this proposal that appears to be the one that they're going on. May the scientists, I have one, yes. No, only Palestinians in the kitchen. You may only allow Palestinian. I love my Israeli brothers and sisters, and Israeli food is delicious. But if it's a good restaurant in Israel, it's a Palestinian in the kitchen. I'm sorry, babe. No, I love you, man. But who makes the best hummus? Palestinian. Who makes the best chicken rice? Palestinian. So when we make our kibbutz, my only request is the Palestinians run the menu. Have you eaten the food? Have you gone? Have you visited? It will change your life. So Chariot happens. It happens very quickly. A heavy load lay ahead. There's the contract for the rebuild. The opposition is wealth and greed. They will be victorious. So they're gonna win. So to some extent, the people that want the Riviera, they are going to win. Hey, I put $100 billion into this damn rebuild. I'm getting a condo on. You know what? We're going to have to give some concession here because you've got that Ace of Swords in our opposite. They're going to get their damn condo on the Riviera. We'll pay for your damn Whimsy's Gaza, that crazy Israeli lady with the funny name, right? They're going to give me what I want, but we're going to get some stuff too, gosh darn it, because I gave you $100 billion. So yes, that is going to happen. They are going to want, look at that Ace of Swords over the Empress. They're going to want to get the best property. Hopes and fears, Two of Swords. Immovable. Damn right we're immovable. You want all this money from us, Whimsy? You want us to put how many billions? How many different Oasis zones are you asking for, Dr. Anderson? Well, unlimited, really. I mean, how many are you going to give me? I started with what, 6 or 7? Well, they'll be really nice. No, I, how many? It's a road system. It's a subway system. So, what, a different Oasis every couple of blocks? So you have this Two of Swords. You're asking a lot from us, Dr. Anderson, but you'd expect us to give you everything, and we're not going to get it. Damn right. We're investing in that property. We're investors. So it's going to happen. They are going to take some stuff. The final outcome is King of Cups. There is going to be a president of Gaza. There's going to be a new president or prime minister of Gaza who's a really good person. The King of Cups will rule Gaza. He will be a Gazan Palestinian he's easy breezy. I hope he lives in Oasis, because if he lives in Oasis, then the president will be a kibbutznik, right? But the King of Cups is peace, like a bridge over troubled water, so peace will come. But it also indicates that there's a new guy running for president in Gaza, probably born in Gaza. I'd like to run. I'm into peace. I'll work with you. And that appears to be the new president of Gaza, or the new leader of Gaza. Well, they'll build a democracy. They'll stabilize the area just like we did with Japan. And then we will give them, it's like training wheels. And then we'll be there for security, just like we are in Okinawa. But we don't tell the Japanese what to do. It's their country. We're just there. We gave them the training wheels. We invested financially. We poured billions into the rebuild of Japan, but we backed off. You got to back off, and eventually you're going to have to just take the training wheels off and let them ride on their own. And that's what we have to let happen in Gaza, is that, yes, the world will go in just after World War III. Yes, we will blow up all those places. And yes, we will have to show people how to do things. And yes, they will build Oasis. And yes, there will be people that attempt to exploit the resources there. And they have a point. If you put 100 billion, same thing happened. Come on, look at Tokyo. You've been to Tokyo. You see how much U.S. money went into the best property in Tokyo? There were conditions for that money. If the Hilton Hotel was going to go in, if these people were going to go in, if the Marriott was coming in, if all this U.S. money was going to come in, they wanted the best and the best, and they were going to get it. So we have to be able to work with people with the big money. There's a way to do that without people feeling like their country's been hijacked. We don't want that. We don't want that. Trump Tower in Gaza, it could happen. It may happen. It probably will happen, because this positioning here of the Ace of Swords over the Empress is conquering of the land. It's the conquering of the Empress. And so that tells me that it's very, very likely that, yes, they will. Who here's been to Japan? The most expensive property, Shibuya, it's all foreign money. The average Japanese young person is not going to those places. It's for tourists. Well, they go and play some of the video games and stuff. You do see young people in Tokyo that are down there, but I would say that it's a lot foreign financial investing. It was mixed. If you look at, in answer to that question, how good or bad or indifferent, I think that Japan is mixed. People have mixed feelings about it. You don't have a lot of homelessness. They did it their way. It's still their country. They do things differently than the United States, but they certainly were influenced when they built their new government. They were influenced by the European design and the American design of democracy. So we certainly helped them, the day after the Marshall Plan. But I think Japan has emerged as in many ways very independent of the U.S. Certainly economically, we're seeing a lot more independence. But we also see the same thing we saw in those cards, which is that the big money's going to come in and they're going to want something for that, just as they wanted it in Japan. Yeah, it's a shame that Elon has gone down that dark path with drugs and racism and everything else, because he wasn't like this a couple years ago. And it's just really, it's heartbreaking to see. So, yeah, I just hope he, you know, people that love and care about him can intervene and get him help, because he's changed a lot. All right. Love and light to you all. If you're trying to get in, excuse me, in for a reading with me, you can find the information below. Thank you for your love and your support and your faith in me and the Oasis One project. It's a little tiny, humble thesis of only 2 people, me and Nabil Sirawan. We didn't have any money. We didn't ask for any money. And we are very appreciative. I know I speak for him as well, that we're very appreciative that we've received as much attention and respect and consideration as we have, given that we had no resources. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.